Alright man, it's G's. I'm checking in Atlanta with my bro, big bro, Fly Ty. We chilling, man. Thank you, Fly Ty, for
anytime, man. My pleasure.
So, I just wanted to tell the folks about, your story and motivation and also success and, how you are being a father but also being an entrepreneur at the same time. So, can you talk more about your story?
Yeah, basically, I come up in a one-parent household. I don't know who my father is.
Okay.
He was never present in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I think because of that, I endured a lot of different experiences in life. You know what I'm saying? Which ultimately led to me making poor decisions.
Yes, sir.
Which also ultimately led to me being incarcerated for 15 years for murder in the second degree. And that was just basically a situation where my brother was murdered, and I ended up, taking the law into my own hands and retaliating, and ended up taking the individuals' lives that killed my brother.
Okay. How old were you when you did this action?
I was 17 years old.
What type of stuff was going through your head? Were you like
at that time
shocked,
I didn't really care, my brother was like Superman to me, you know what I'm saying? He was older than me, I wanted to be like him, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, when he passed away, I felt like I ain't had nothing to live for at that time, you know what I'm saying? So I just had red in my eyes. I just wanted to seek retaliation, basically.
Exactly. What was going through your head when you were doing, how much years did you do?
15.
What was going through your head when you did those years,
Initially, like I said, I went to prison when I was 17 years old, so, I didn't think I was ever going to get out of prison. I thought I'd end up dying in prison, or somebody end up killing me, or I kill somebody, because, that's just the environment you live in, you know what I'm saying? And for the first 6 or 7 years, I got into a lot of problems. I, went to the box, and all of that type of stuff. And then I just I made a decision, to basically get focused and get my life together. And that's, for the most part, that's what I did, you know what I'm saying? I ended up getting my GED. I went on to get my bachelor's degree, you know what I'm saying, and just started participating in a lot of therapeutic programs to the point where I started teaching them myself,
Yeah. So, how did you, what was going through your head when you were about to be released and when you were released?
Initially I was scared because, I went to prison at 17 and came home at 32, so I didn't know what to expect, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I went to a prison a child and came home a man, so.
Exactly.
But at the same time I was scared, but at the same time I was excited and looking forward to, starting a new chapter in my life.
Exactly. Would you say, your actions going to prison was your biggest regret?
I wouldn't say it was my biggest regret because, at the end of the day, I believe that we all made up of our life experiences, you know what I'm saying? So everything that we go through, everything that we've been through in the past prepared us for who we are today. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was a regret, the experience going to prison, but, I do regret my actions. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because, I took two individuals' lives.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it really wasn't my place.
Exactly. And that action made you who you are today.
Exactly.
Exactly. What types of stuff did you get into when you first came home? Because a lot of people said like you were really hands-on when you came home. You started making a lot of money.
I got right into it.
Yeah.
But I was blessed. I'm not gonna say it's easy because it's very difficult for a lot of brothers coming home from prison, especially after doing an extensive amount of time. I had a huge support system. I had my brother. I had DJ Clue. I had Fabulous. I had a tremendous support system. So, they helped me from the minute that I got out and get on my feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
And from that point, I just, tried to indulge in everything positive that I possibly could, man, and we ended up, my brother he had just started the nightclub out here. So when I came home, I felt right in place with that, took that over, 2 years later, opened up one in Miami.
Okay.
On South Beach, and then I do the music thing as well. I'm an artist, and I also own a label as well. So, I'm in a little bit of everything, man.
Exactly. How important is being an entrepreneur and being your own boss?
I think it's more important for me because, for one, unfortunately, the reality is, I got a felony. I'm a convicted felon, so it's very difficult and a challenge for me to get a good job. Exactly. Not to say it's impossible, but it's a challenge.
Exactly.
And so I felt like that was really my only option.
Exactly. What stuff do you still own the nightclubs in Atlanta and Miami?
The one in Atlanta, unfortunately, we just got our liquor license revoked. Okay. So we're in the process of dealing with that right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I started a campaign called We Need Our Fathers, where I help reestablish relationships between fathers and children.
Definitely.
It's a national campaign, and I've been following you most importantly just because how well you are with your son,
Definitely.
and also with business. But the way you tie both of it together. Can you talk more about your son?
You know, my son is my world, man. You know, his name is Aiden. Call him Prince Aiden. He'll be 3 in January. You know, and you know, when I see him, you know, I see myself. And my only goal in life is to not let him endure anything that I had to go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So everything that I do, I keep that in mind. You know, I try to create a way, and I try to create a lane that ultimately make it much more easier for him when he gets older.
Yeah. So he's basically like your biggest motivation.
Oh, definitely, without question.
You know, the biggest question I want to know is, how were you able to be such a great father when you didn't have a father in your life? You know, how did you learn the good traits?
I mean, you know, I had a great mother and a great grandmother, you know?
Yeah.
Although my mother was using drugs herself, but that doesn't negate from the fact that she still, you know, she was a good mother.
Exactly.
My grandmother was the best, you know what I mean? And I guess I was raised with certain morals and principles and certain values, and I'm a very family-oriented person. So I think that's contributing factors, but the most contributing factor, I believe, is that I wanted to be the total opposite of my father.
Oh, your father. Exactly.
Everything that my father did, I wanted to do the total opposite.
Exactly.
So my father was never there for me.
You wanted to be there.
I'm always going to be there for my son.
Exactly.
I'm always going to hold his hand. I'm always going to be there to guide him in the right direction.
That's dope. That's dope. I have a question, trick question. Do you think that, you know, females can raise a boy to becoming a man? Or do you think a man needs to be there?
I think that it's essential for a man to be there.
Okay.
But I don't think that it's impossible for a woman to raise a man on her own. I mean, you know, the reality is that there's a lot of successful men that was only raised by their mom. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it all comes down to our controlling decisions in life, you know?
Yeah. When you were in prison, did you have mentors and, you know, older guys?
I did, actually.
Lifers that you looked up to?
I had one guy, man. His name was Kanema. Samuel Hamilton. He was in prison for killing a cop.
Okay.
And he was just released, actually, after about 32 years in prison. You know, God bless him. Shout out to Kanema, man. And you know, when I was running in jail, wild and young and silly and just doing everything that I wasn't supposed to be doing, he never gave up on me. You know what I mean? He used to keep pounding it into me. And initially, I didn't listen. You know, I thought I had all the answers.
Exactly.
And eventually, he got through to me, man. You know, and he's very, very much a contributing factor to who I am today as well.
Yeah. What types of stuff made you want to get into the music? Because you are artists.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't know it, but you know, DJ Clue is my childhood friend, and you know, I was the first one actually to ever record a song from prison.
Oh, wow.
Over the phone on DJ Clue's album, The Professional Part 2, and that album actually went platinum. So I always was doing a rapping thing. Yeah. I just never really took it serious, you know, until I came home. Once I seen, you know, how that can change my life, then I took more heed to it, and you know.
Exactly. So how are you using your music to, you know, better your life? Like, are you like rapping about like your past just to let?
Definitely, I rap about my past. You know, I try to get involved in as many community-based organizations, functions that I can. You know, just to try to be a part of change. I want to be an agent of change for change. You know.
Yeah. What's next for you?
I just did a deal with my company Empire, Fox TV, the show Empire. Okay. To provide music for them.
Okay.
So
that's major.
Yeah, that's big. You know, thank God for that. We're doing the music. I got a couple of artists that I got signed that they're working on their projects. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm looking to do another room service lounge, possibly in LA. Okay. So I'm just trying to stay busy, man. You know, and at the same time stay out the way.
That's good. That's good, man. Well, I appreciate you for.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, man. And shout out to y'all too, man.
Thank you.